Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm going to cover what you should do or what you can do with the contact section. In the contact section, there are several things that you could put in, and there's some that you can block or make more visible depending on different connection levels or whatever. I recommend, since I'm in sales, to have all of your contact information available, because if there's a prospect out there that wants to get a hold of me, I want them to know what my contact information is. So I usually recommend completely filling that out, and you can put multiple forms in there. So let's jump through a couple hoops here to show you the best place to start. Now, a lot of people are going to go right to the contact info and start editing there. But what I tell you to do is go to the pencil up here and start there. Scroll to the bottom, do the edit contact. And then down here under the email address with the little arrow, click on that. What that'll do is that'll pull you up into the place that you want to be in the settings page about your account preferences. So in there, what you want to do is you might have a private email address. That's fine. You can put that in. You can put in multiple email addresses. If you work for more than one company, if you've got different email addresses that you use, you can put them in there so they're in your database, but make your primary business one that primary account. So that's the one that's going to show up. That's going to be the number one. Same thing with phone numbers. You can, add multiple phone numbers if you want, but make your day job, your primary business one, your number one. So, and you can change those and do your verifications if you want, but that is as far as those two items. Then in the rest, you can do that through going at your contact information. But one of the first things that we might focus on is your URL. Now, most default URLs, I'm going to close this out. Most default URLs up here, if you're looking at it, are going to be your name with a series of numbers and letters after it. So it's kind of busy. It's not, appealing. It's impossible to memorize, not impossible, but not easy. So most people want to customize that both to look better, to be more recognizable, to be able to memorize it, and to help in SEO. So to do that, you go to edit public profile, you click up there, you click this pencil here, it'll open up this box. Everything after the LinkedIn/in, you can customize. Then once you type in something, if it'll allow it, you can hit save. You can't have spaces, you can't have funny characters, but you can do a dash to separate words and get something in there that you like, hit save, and that part is done. Then you can go into your next areas. And again, you use the pencil to do the edits, but for easier viewing, we'll go back to just the main page. So after you get your URL in, you have 3 websites. I recommend using all of them. There's a lot of things you can put in there. If you have just one single business web address, then that should be your first one. Some other things that are popular that you can put in there is you can put a YouTube page link in there. You can put a direct link right to your blog site. Even if it's a tab on your website, you can add a direct link in there. Some people will put a Calendly link or some sort of calendar scheduling link in there so people can book appointments with them directly through their page. And maybe you're involved with a charity or a sport group or anything that you can put in there. The more stuff that you pack in there, the more that might help you with SEO and visibility. And it's just good to use all 3. So pick your primary top 3, try to get all those filled out. The next 2, as I mentioned before, that phone and email, it's going to show which one you select as the primary, even if you have multiples in there. So, but by all means, get your business contact information in both those pieces. If you want to add a Twitter handle, you can, which is not just nice to have it in there and to maybe cross your exposure between those 2 different platforms, but also I can show you in the post how you can select to every time you go through the effort of posting something on LinkedIn, you can have a copy on Twitter. So you don't have to go through that extra effort. And then birthdays. I recommend birthdays just because, hey, once a year, thousands of people I'm connected to know that it's my birthday. So I figure that can't hurt. So that is the primary contact information. That's my 2 cents. And as I said before, if you go to make a post and you do have a Twitter handle in there, one of the things you can select is where you're sending that to. Anyone plus Twitter. If you've got your Twitter account in there, then it'll copy everything there, or connections only or groups only. So that's the way that you post. All right, so get out there and fill out your contact info. Thank you.